Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Well, first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for, granting me this interview. Um, I would, I usually describe myself as being energetic and enthusiastic, and a little bit very friendly and sociable. Yeah, so I enjoy trying new things and learning about new cultures, and also have taken the time to learn a little bit about English, of course, because I am an English teacher, so I like to improve myself. Yeah, and I'm a very active person, which is why I enjoy planning English lessons with a lot of hands-on activities.
I
Yeah.
see.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what did you like or dislike about your previous job?
Well, honestly, well, my previous job was good actually because I have had an opportunity to work with little kids, and they are so cute and funny. And yeah, I had plenty of time to prepare for my lessons because I mean, my previous job, I had to start work at 3 p.m., like in the afternoon. So I had all the time to prepare like the morning, and until around 2 or 2:30 p.m. So yeah, I had enough time to prepare. That's one thing I liked about my job, and the fact that it was some kind of elementary school. So I was working with kids, and I love working with kids actually. Yeah. Well, there isn't much I didn't like. Maybe I didn't like that I had a lot of work to do, as compared to the other teachers, my colleagues. Yeah.
Okay. So, what major challenges and problems did you face? How did you handle them?
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very tricky question. But one problem that I had was facing a problem student. I remember that I can recall that I had a class in whereby there was this one particular student who was a bully, and he was very troublesome. And at first, I didn't know what to do at first, but eventually I was able to deal with that. Because what I did, I just tried to talk to him after class. Yeah, one day I just called him after class and I spoke to him, and I told him that what he's doing to the other students is actually not good because it is disturbing um, our lessons. Yeah, but after talking to him, he didn't change. Yeah, and well, again, I also called him aside after school and I also spoke to him. After realizing that it wasn't working. So I then spoke to his family, his parents, actually. I called them to the school and I told them what was happening. Yeah, and then they were able to talk to him, I think, at home because after that, he never gave me a problem and he was never like abusive or rather bullying the other students. That was the problem that I think I faced in my previous week.
Mm,
Thank you.
okay. So, what do you think is your greatest strength?
Yeah, well, as I have mentioned earlier on when I was talking about myself, I
Mm,
think I'm a very active person. Yeah, very sociable, which is why most of the time when I work with students, most of them like me, I mean, they consider me to be funny and likable, and most importantly, approachable. Yeah, because I believe that, as a teacher, you need to be approachable so that students will not be afraid to come to you whenever they have academic problems, but not just academic problems, but also personal problems, because we are teachers, of course, but also they see us as parents.
right. Okay. Can
Yeah.
you tell me about your greatest weakness?
My weakness. Well, I think my greatest weakness is being too friendly. You know,
Hmm.
so I think yeah, sometimes I can be too friendly, and most of the time students take advantage of that. Yeah, and people in general take advantage of that. If you are too friendly. So I'm not saying that I need to be serious, but I think I need to find a way to not to be too friendly with people, because that might lead to being to people taking advantage of that.
I
Yeah,
see.
thank you.
Okay. So
Yeah.
here's my last question. How do you handle
Mm-hmm.
stress and pressure?
Yeah. In my line of work, I have had, difficult times whereby I found myself, being stressed, of course. But I like to believe that whenever I am stressed, first of all, what I do, I just, take a deep breath and, of course, a cup of water. I think that that's the actually, and that's the trick for me. I just take a deep breath and take a cup of water and just try to relax. And if I see that if that doesn't work for me, then what I do is just to take a break, just a short break. I just take a short break, and after that I'm all good to go. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do to prepare before your interview?
Actually, I didn't prepare.
I mean,
I did
if you had,
like.
I mean, in the future, if you had your interview, what will you
Mhm.
do to prepare for it?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it depends on the nature of job you're applying for,
Right.
because in our interview, you heard me talking about, students and stuff like that a lot, because I mean, I didn't know the kind of job I was, being interviewed for. So, so that's the thing. So I think that it's important for first of all to know the nature of job, because obviously you're gonna be asked questions that are related to that. So it's important to know that and how to answer those kind of questions. So I think that's the first step. If you're applying to be maybe if you're applying for a teaching position, then you need to know that you are going to be asked questions related to that, like what is your niche, or probably why do you like to teach, or things like that. So those are the kind of questions that you need to be familiar with. Of course, you also need to know some general questions, of course. And number two, what I think is that what I usually do, I have siblings, so I just ask one of my siblings to act as an interviewer, yeah, like you are doing, and I just sit down, and I give them the questions because they are younger than me, so they haven't like really attended any kind of interview, so they don't really know what to ask, and things like that. So I just create the questions myself, and I give the questions to one of my siblings, and ask them to interview me. Yeah. Once I'm done with that, I just go in front of the mirror. Yeah. And then, yeah, can you tell me about yourself? Then I start talking in front of the mirror. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, by doing that, I just get used to those kind of questions. And also, of course, I go online and I just check some videos on YouTube. It works for me.
That's right.
Yeah, it works.
Yes.